Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm looking at the newest set for Ashes Reborn and their Red Rain solo co-op mode, the Frostwild Scourge. And disclaimer that I was sent a review copy of this expansion and the original Red Rains, but I did buy and trade for all of the other Ashes stuff I have myself. I'll do a full solo playthrough of the new set and give you my thoughts at the end. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also watch our separate streaming channel for even more content, listen to our weekly podcast, or join the conversation on our Discord. So if you didn't see my previous video on Ashes Reborn and the new Red Rain solo co-op mode up to 2 players co-op, I would go and watch that. I'm not going to go into as much detail on this one. But basically, you are facing off in this mode different chimera, different bosses, each with their own decks. Each of the bosses comes with 2 different decks, and then you can also mix and match them some. So you were kind of limited in the first expansion, but now we've got a new enemy, the Frostwild Scourge. I'm going to use a different Phoenix-born, different summoning character than I used last time, a different deck, and the enemy is going to be different. A big thing for them is that there are these spells called alterations in the game that can positively or negatively impact other cards, kind of like enchantments and magic. And the Frostwild Scourge has positive ones, Vigor, that give their creatures +1 attack, and they have -1 stuns that kind of force me to use my dice in suboptimal ways to be able to unstun my characters. So we'll see how it works. I've only played this one a couple times, so we'll see how much they crush me. I am playing against the easiest version, a standard level 1 enemy, but I'm also playing with a basic starting deck for my character. So yeah, let's jump in. I'll kind of talk through the rules as I go, but again, this is going to be a less rules heavy video if you want to go watch my previous one on the first Red Rains expansion. So I'm playing the starter deck with some minor alterations of Aradel Summer Guard. She has as her special ability, really good one, Water Blast as your, side action. You can do one main action and one sub or side, I forget what it's called, action each turn. She exhausts herself and has to spend 1 die, showing a leaf or better, to deal 2 damage to a target unit. So she just blasts people. And I am doing her kind of suggested basic allotment of 5 illusion magic dice, sort of purplish, and 5 bluish natural magic dice. Each die, if you get the 1 in 6 best die face, has an ability. For natural magic, she can deal 1 damage to a unit by spending a frog, which goes really well with her ability to just kill some people. And with the illusion one, a wolf, she can lower 2 dice in the target opponent's active pool by 1 level, which for the Chimera here would help me to stop them from firing off their ultimate ability, which they do when they get all 5 of their dice showing the red rain symbol. But we start each round with the prepare phase. We're going to roll our dice and try to wrangle them a bit. And great googly moogly. That was an awesome blue roll. So each die has 3 faces with a basic symbol, which is the same across all dice. 2 faces with their middle value. I forget what that's called, which will be referred to some card costs. And then 1 face with their power side, which again can be spent for a specific power. So I got 3 of that for the frogs and 1 for the wolf. That is an awesome start. Now, a big thing about Ashes Reborn is that you get to start with a choice of 5 cards in your hand to kind of talk through what I've got. So I've got Shifting Mist, which is a ready spell. So it's going to sit in what's called my spell board, and I can use it every turn. And this one's going to let me exhaust it once a turn to change dice to a side of my choice, so I can get more of those frogs or those wolves. Although in this case, I don't need it too badly. And the cost is up here. The star that has a circle around it compared to this little one here. That means it costs my main action for the turn to play this card. And then I also have to spend a die with a mask or better, which is coming from my illusion dice. So either a mask or a wolf will satisfy that requirement. Then I've got 2 other ready spells. Aradel in her basic deck is very focused on summoning people. So these are 2 summon spells, which means they're going to give me the consistent ability every round to keep on summoning units. I don't really have any units in my actual deck. It's all about these cards. So it'll take a main action to play these. And then for the Summon Mist Spirit, I can spend a main action and a mask to get 1 Mist Spirit, super weak unit. And if I spend an extra die, I can get a second Mist Spirit. So this just lets me swarm the battlefield with 2 units per cast of this. And here's what they look like. They are total trash. They have 1 attack and 1 life and 0 recovery. Basically the worst you can get, but hey, at least they exist. And my other one, which is one of Aradel's unique cards, only she can use it, is Summon Blue Jaguar. It's going to cost 2 basic dice to summon a Blue Jaguar. And these are slightly better. They have 2 life instead of 1. Still just 1 attack. They do have the gaze ability where when they attack, they can kind of prevent the enemy from blocking with one unit. Not sure how much that'll actually come up here, but I just like the fact that they weren't too expensive. There's another summon that I could have used that's usually in her starting deck, Summon Butterfly Monk, but I don't like that it costs a frog, because I can use those to kill people. And since she only has a 4 spell board stat, which means she can only have 4 of these like ready recastable spells in her area, I went for these 3 that I showed you, plus there's one more I'm going to hope to draw into. And then the other 2 cards I chose to start with, Mist Typhoon, and there's 3 of each of these in my deck, by the way. It's going to cost a mask and a plant, and I deal 1 damage to all opponent units, and I get to draw a card. So hopefully some of their guys will be weaker. I don't know their deck as well as I know the other one. We'll see what happens. And then Massive Growth costs a leaf and a basic. Can only be attached to a unit with an attack value of 2 or less. Hey, that's every one of my units. Can't be affected by an opponent's spell. And it goes away at the end of the round, but while it's here, the person gets +4 life and +4 attack. So I can turn one of my 1/1s into a 5/5, which theoretically should be strong enough to kill anything they have to throw at me. We'll see how it goes. And if you haven't seen the game in action before, on your turn, you must take 1 main action, which could be to pass, although in this mode, you do get a penalty for passing. And then you can also do 1 side action. So in this case, I think I want to get my summoning ready. So it costs nothing except my main action. I'm going to put my Mist Spirit summon spell down here. I'll have my readies here and my actual like battlefield units here. And that's it for me. Turns are very fast. On the enemy turn, I'm going to check if they have any face down unrevealed units. And at the current difficulty I'm playing, they're going to have 4 units. That's also their threat value. So that's like how many they'll draw up to or place at the start of each turn or end of each turn. So what is hiding here? But yes, they have unrevealed ones. So they're going to roll a die to see what happens. And generally, they're going to be flipping over the cards from left to right and doing nasty things to me. But as long as we have unrevealed people, we're going to roll this little behavior die to find out what they actually do. Higher is generally worse for us. And one of their basic dice, when their dice show the red rain symbol, which is 50% of the faces, it's going to get locked in up here, unless I use something like that previously mentioned illusion, magic, power symbol to change 2 of their dice back down. And as these build up, eventually they'll get to all 5 and they'll fire off their ultimate. In the case of the Frostwild Scourge, their ultimate's pretty nasty. They kill one of my guys for free and they stun everybody else I have, which will like massively slow down my engine. But here we're doing 1 die and behavior die. Oh, that just slid right in. So they didn't get the red rains. They got a 5. Let's see. On a 1 to 2, they would reveal. On a 3 to 4, they would attack if somebody's already revealed. Otherwise, they reveal. On a 5 to 6, they reveal and immediately attack. That's annoying. On a 7 to 9, they'll reveal somebody and give them one of those +1 attack vigor spells right off the bat. On a 10 to 11, they will stun one of my people and then reveal. And then 12 is the worst. They get a free red rains token. And, they don't fire off their ultimate when they get all 5 of these. They just get one of these red rains tokens. And then they need their ultimate value. 3 of them to actually fire off this ultimate I mentioned. So yeah, if on a 12, they just get one of those 3 straight up, whereas normally they have to build up a ton of these. Okay, so what was it? Reveal an enemy and it attacks immediately. All right. And by the way, I've got 16 life. They've got 35. Whoever defeats the other first wins. And let's see what they're doing. Crushing Grip. So these are called aspects. They're basically like units, or in the theme of this one, it's kind of like the guy actually attacking you. So he is using his Crushing Grip on me. So this here shows what their attack priority is. If it's on the left, they would attack my leftmost unit. On the right, they would attack my rightmost unit in a line, because you have to play them left to right. And if it was like a little teeth symbol in the middle, they would just go straight for my Phoenixborn's face and try to win the game. 2 attack, 2 life. Blood is different. My people have recover, although all of mine have 0, which is how much they heal at the end of a round. Blood is how much damage is dealt to the boss out of its 35 whenever I defeat one of these. Let's see. Crushing Grip. Only 2 life. I can just blast it. But the opposing player's leftmost unit is considered to be exhausted. So that's annoying. It's an ongoing thing. My leftmost unit will be exhausted, which means they can't like block, can't attack, can't use powers generally. Oh, and Defender. This unit will block for the Chimera and guard for aspects without this ability. The Chimera will not guard for this unit. Now, those don't have a green box around them, which means that when this unit is exhausted from attacking, all that stuff won't apply. And they are attacking. So the bad thing is, since they have no leftmost unit to go for, they go straight for me. So I'm already 1/8 dead the very first play for them. Yuck. I'll try to get some units out in a second. But the nice thing is they're not going to do anything else to me. Their Crushing Grip won't apply anymore. Their Defender won't apply anymore. They're just kind of sitting there. And I have no hurry to kill them because we've only got 2 life. If I can like plink them with a frog for 1 and then play that Mist Typhoon that does 1 damage to every enemy, they'll fall by the wayside very easily. All right, now it's back to me. And yeah, I think I want to just jump in and do Mask and Basic. The Mask lets me summon a Mist Spirit. The Basic lets me summon a second one. But I do have to exhaust the spell, so I can't use that one anymore this turn, and these dice just go to my little spent area. Now, give me 2 weenie Mist Spirits. Again, only 1 attack, 1 defense, but at least they can take a hit instead of me, and that's definitely what I want. Now, that was a main action. I could also use the side action of Water Blast, and I think, yeah, that's it. All the rest of my current cards are main actions. But no, we'll wait, because again, I have other ways. Oh, I could also use the side action of a Frog or a Wolf, and yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's go ahead and hit the Crushing Grip for 1. Again, planning to Typhoon him away later. And again, that's the dice power ability of Natural Magic, dice showing a frog. Deal 1 damage to a unit. All right, and back to our friend over here. Ooh, they got an 11, although they didn't get a Red Rains. So they stun the target rightmost unexhausted unit, and then they'll reveal a card. So look at stun more closely. They count as exhausted, so they can't like defend or attack or anything. And then to unstun them, I have to lower a non-basic die by 1 level. So like a wolf down to a mask, or a mask down to a basic. Now, it's just a Mist Spirit, so I don't really care that much, but still it's slightly annoying. And then they are going to reveal a Sweeping Strike. 3 attack, 3 life. By the way, these are a double blood card. That's why they're the 2 bloods. They are tougher. 3 attack, 3 life. Attacks the rightmost person, which is my sad little stunned Mist Spirit there. Ooh, but after this unit destroys a unit an opponent controls by attacking, resolve the following effect X times, which is their current attack value. Oh my gosh, which is 3. The opponent must place 1 wound token on the Phoenixborn or rightmost unit. Oh my gosh. So if I let them attack and kill my Mist Spirit instead of taking them out, then yeah, they would hit me for 3 more damage, which I'd have to spread out. That's horrific. The only way they'll attack now that they're revealed is the turn after all of the characters are revealed. They start attacking with them, going from unexhausted ones from left to right. The only other way that one could attack is if they roll a 3 or 4 activation roll, which is going to attack with somebody who's already revealed. So I think I'll just take my chances and really hope that guy doesn't do that. Or alternatively, I could just massive growth my Mist Spirit and unstun him, and then if the guy attacks me, I would just murderfy him. Or I could use my side action of Aerodel to do 2 damage to the guy, and then do the Mist Typhoon early, but I'm wasting the chance to attack everybody. I'm just going to hope for good luck. And for now, let's get down my blue Jaguar summoning spell. So right now it costs nothing, but in a future turn I can use my main action and exhaust it. 2 dice to get a blue Jaguar. And I am going to Water Blast the Sweeping Strike and get him ready to die. Because I could just send like a Mist Spirit against him if I'm worried about waiting for that Typhoon. In fact, I could do that now and not play the Summon Blue Jaguar. No, I mean, it's only 3/4 is when it'll attack me. That's a 1 out of 6 chance. Come on. See, I'll do my Water Blast, exhaust me, 2 damage to the Sweeping Strike. And I'm left with 6 dice, enough to summon a Jaguar and do some other tricky stuff. All right, so let's not get, what is it, a 3 or 4. Let's not get a 3 or 4, everybody. A 1, that's beautiful. And he still hasn't gotten a Red Rain. Just revealed. Awesome. We got Warcry. So this has a box around it. That means that this ability is always in effect. It does not get canceled when they're exhausted. After this aspect or an adjacent aspect is declared as an attacker, attach a Vigor Conjured Alteration spell to the attacker. So he's just going to boost up like everybody near him attacking. He's only got 1 attack himself, but 4 life is a ton. And he's got that 1 that makes him go directly for my summoner. Hum. Outside of massive growth, I don't have a good way to deal with somebody with that much life, and I don't love that he'll be boosting everybody else. So maybe I massive growth my Mist Spirit and plan to attack him the next turn. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. Now, I do want to make sure I still have enough for Mist Typhoon. Yeah, it's 4 dice. I would have 2 left to summon, or either play my Shifting Mist or summon a Blue Jaguar. Okay. But either way, yeah, I'm going to play Massive Growth. So I don't have a leaf. You can, as a side action, meditate, where you discard cards from your hand or from your ready area and or from your deck. And for each one you get rid of, and it's pretty much permanently getting rid of because your deck you only go through once. You don't reshuffle. For each card you get rid of, you can change 1 die to any value. But for now, let's use Frog and Basic. And I'm going to boost this Mist Spirit, who's not stunned, into a temporary 5/5 monstrosity. I like that. That's my main action. I'm not going to do any side actions yet. Although, I think time's going to get away from me here. Maybe Thinking after that guy gets revealed on the next turn, assuming like they don't attack or anything. Maybe I played the Typhoon to kill these two guys. I let the Warcry person try to attack her, and he can block. Because when they attack your Phoenixborn, you can have a unit block for you. Yeah, well, okay, we'll see how it goes. Let's get another roll like that last one. That was excellent. Or another 11 and a red rain this time. So number 5 will give them one of the 3 tokens they need. Stun. No, they're stunning my guy. And they reveal. Okay. So unstun is a side action. So I should still be able to make this work, but that's definitely annoying. So yeah, you can only have one person stunned, so it's going to my rightmost unstunned. So both my Mist Spirits are stunned right now. Then we get to reveal, but they haven't attacked yet. All right, what's our last friend? Another Sweeping Strike. Crud. All right, so I could unstun him and do the thing. What I say, the Monsoon, the Typhoon, whatever. I have to unstun him so that when the other guy attacks, because now that they have nobody revealed, they're not going to roll their dice anymore. They're just going to attack with the leftmost person who's not dead. So I can Monsoon to kill both of them. He'll have 1 damage. He'll have 1. He'll attack the Mist Spirit. If I've unstunned him, I'll kill him with the Mist Spirit. How do I take out or do 2 more damage to this guy? So I think maybe the answer is I don't. Maybe I unstun the second guy and have him block the Warcry, or just let the Warcry go to my face with 2 damage because he'll Vigor himself. But maybe I save this Mist Spirit to kill the Sweeping Strike because he's certainly like the most dire danger in terms of damage output right now. Okay, so big thing is I got to play the Mist Typhoon. So that's Mask and Leaf, which means I have to use my Frog right now because I don't have a Leaf. And again, that does 1 damage to all opponents, and I can draw a card. Or all opponents' units, not their boss. So that finishes off Crushing Grip, which is doing 1 damage to the boss. Finishes off Sweeping Strike, that's 3 damage to the boss. And then Warcry has 3 life left. Sweeping Strike has 2 life left. And you get to draw a card. Reflections in the Water. Well, this card is attached to a unit. It is considered to have no abilities, including inexhaustible abilities. So I could cancel the Sweeping Strike sweep thing. That seems expensive. All right, for my side action this turn, it's not ideal, but I am going to lower a die. So that goes to Mask by 1 level to get rid of the stun on the right Mist Spirit. And that's it for my turn. And then all they do is Vigor when they attack, which, by the way, is not only +1 attack, bringing them to 2, but also when they die, they get to roll another one of their dice, so they have a higher chance of getting their rage up quickly. And they would go straight for my Summoner, but I'm going to block with my Unstunned Mist Spirit. So he does 1 damage back to this guy, so he is half dead. And then he defeats me, obviously. And then Sweeping Strike will attack in a second. If I let him, I'm not going to. Because I'm going to reduce this die again to a basic die to unstun him as my side action and attack as my main action. Now, there is a wrinkle here. So you can go straight for the Summoner, their Chimera, and they will block with any defenders, but otherwise you just get through unopposed. Or you can go straight for units. If they have defenders, they'll block for them, but they also can block with their Chimera. And your Phoenixborn can do the same thing, although you can only do it once per turn. They can do as many times as they want, once per round, I should say. So on a 9 to 12, they'll block my attack, my main action of my boosted Mist Spirit attacking that Sweeping Strike. So hopefully they don't. Good, they missed. So I do 5 damage to him. He does 3 damage to me. So my Mist Spirit has 2 life left because he's boosted. But when this goes away for the fleeting, he'll still have 3 damage on him and only 1 life. So I'm just going to discard him now. He's definitely dead. But I do defeat the Sweeping Strike and do 2 more damage to the boss. The boss is at 5 out of 35. All right, so with all their people exhausted, they're done. So I can just take as many actions as I want. I'm going to, as a side action on my turn, meditate and discard Reflections in the Water because I don't know how many times I'm going to use that to boost this die from Shifting Mist. 2 could be either 1, but we'll say that face. And then that's going to let me play Shifting Mist, which again will let me every turn exhausted to change 2 dice to any side of my choice. That's another spellboard one. Oh, wait, never mind. This doesn't work out. I thought that I was going to be able to use this power this turn and then like attack with Frog to deal 1 damage to that Warcry. But those are all side actions, and you have to take a main action in your turn or pass, and the enemy is passing every turn. So yeah, I can't do that. Okay, so let's undo some of that. Not discard Reflections in the Water. Instead, for my main action on the turn, let's just use both dice to get a blue Jaguar out. Have somebody to block since they'll be going first next turn. Okay, and like I said, they're passing, and I will also pass. So we go to the recovery phase. So every single card that has exhaustion gets 1 token taken off. There are ways to put multiple exhaustion on somebody, so it takes multiple turns to get them back. Also, if any of my units were damaged and had recovery stats, they would heal that much. That's not going to apply here. Now, sadly, for every aspect left alive, in this case the Warcry, they get a free Red Rains token. That's one of the 3 to fire off their ultimate. So again, like the equivalent of rolling all 5 of these dice into the little crystal symbol. So that was terrible. Okay, now they're going to refill to 4 aspects. I believe, pretty sure that the war cry goes all the way to the left and they fill to the right. And this time, the blood is not set at the beginning of the game. You automatically start with a certain number. So I've got 1 level 1 and 2 level 2s, which again tend to be much tougher. And now the first player token is going to be with them. So they're going to take the first turn. But first, I get to roll my dice and draw. I can discard any number of cards I want. I'm going to get rid of Reflections in the Water. I just want to be able to do damage here, hopefully. And we'll see if I... Okay. No frogs this time, but a decent mix of illusion stuff. And I'm keeping my Shifting Mist, but if I can play that next turn, I can, or this turn, I can chain some of those into frogs. Okay, then I draw back up to 5 cards. Okay, to show you what I got Root Armor, which is my own alteration spell to modify my people. Gives them +1 life, and they're armored, so they take 1 less damage each time they get hit by something. That would clearly be best on my Blue Jaguar, who already has 2 life. That would make him a 3 life person with armor, which is pretty great. I got Out of the Mist, which is another nice damage dealing one. Deals X damage to a unit, and I can draw 1 card. X is equal to the number of units I have in play. So if I can double summon Mist Spirits again this turn, that would be 3 damage, or 4 if I can get another Blue Jaguar. Not bad. I have a second Root Armor, and I got my last ready spell. There's a new one with the expansion called Rejuvenate. It says after a conjuration comes into play on your battlefield, place 1 status token on the spell. So every time I summon my little dudes into play, or even every time he stuns me, I'll get a token. And then if I stun this and spend a basic die, I can remove all status tokens and unexhaust one of my conjurations with an attack value less than or equal to the number of status tokens removed. Big combo for this that I've used in other games is getting a massive growth guy and then building up to 5 tokens and then using Rejuvenate to get 2 5 attacks in 1 turn. But it could also be used in a more minor way to get my Blue Jaguar to block an attack or something like that. But none of that matters a ton because this guy's first. They are attacking if able, and if not, revealing. Okay. All right, so that same war cry is going to attack now with 3 attack. I'm going to use my Blue Jaguar to block. So I do 1 damage back, but the Blue Jaguar is defeated. And yeah, now if I kill this guy, probably I'm going to try to shoot a frog at him. He'll be getting to roll 2 dice for that, which is a bummer. But hey, so it goes. So yeah, I'm going to, as my main action, play Shifting Mist to get, I have to spend a mask. And then as my side action, I'll go ahead and exhaust it. And we're going to change 2 of these basics into frogs. Now, I don't have the action right now to actually defeat the guy, but I'll be able to come back to it in a second. All right, and next is a Red Rain and 11. That means he's stunning. Right, most unexhausted unit. I don't have any units, so all he does is reveal. That was actually a good roll. And Charge Fist. We haven't seen this one yet. So some of them will have, so this is again an uncancelable ability. Being exhausted doesn't matter, but also it's got 3 status tokens. He's a 2/2/1, by the way. At the start of the Chimera's turn, remove 1 status token from this unit. Then if that was the last status token on this unit, deal 3 damage to the target's Phoenixborn, and reroll all non-basic dice in their attack pool. Yeah, guess what we don't want to let happen, everybody. We got to kill that guy. Now, he does only have 2 life, so just my Water Blast would be sufficient, which is probably what I'll plan to do in a minute. All right, since that guy didn't attack, we don't really have to rush on the War Cry, because it's not going to boost the Charge Fist attack for a while. So I think I want to, as my side action, get Rejuvenate out. And then as my main action, summon Mist Spirits. So that's a mask and a basic, which will get 2 of them. And will also get me 2 tokens on Rejuvenate. So I could unexhaust one of them in a second, for example. Unless they get murdered, which is certainly possible. A 5. Oh, reveal and attack with the revealed aspect. Glad I got some blockers out. So interestingly, this is going to kind of mess up their left to right order. Giant's Might. Do we see this one yet? When this unit comes into play, nope. Attach a number of Vigor, Conjured Alterations equal to the Chimera's current phase, which is phase 1. They haven't advanced with their ultimate yet. So he's going to have 2 attack. Gigantic. This unit cannot be blocked or guarded against by units with a total life value of 2 or less. Oh, man. So my Mist Spirits can't even help me out here. But really, that's not too bad. Clearly, they're going to be way worse when the person levels up. So they are attacking me. And nothing I can do about it. No blocking. I'm at 4 out of 16. Ouch. Oh, and sorry, this should have counted down at the start of their turn. So I do have to blast that guy pretty soon. And also the Giant's Might is exhausted. All right, then for my main action, I do have frogs to use, but let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to have the Mist Spirit try to attack the War Cry. Since it's exhausted, it won't get to apply its damage back, so it just kind of takes the damage. and that would finish it off. So I just have to have them not roll a 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, cool. So the Warcry is defeated, and my person's just exhausted. But because of the 2 Vigor cards, we have to reroll 2 basic dice. Hopefully they won't get crystals, or they both do. Or they both do. Now, that won't fire off their ultimate because they only have 1 of those, but it will get them to very close, which does make me wonder, do I use the wolf head as my side action this turn to take 2 of those back down? I mean, let's see. I want 2 dice to summon a jaguar, maybe. I probably want to do an Out of the Mist, which also needs a wolf head, but I can use... Oh, no, I already used Shifting Mist. I can meditate to get another wolf head. Yeah, I think I can probably afford it. So I am going to go ahead and use as my side action this turn that, which lets me lower 2 dice to the next level down, Illusion Magic. So suddenly they're much further away from getting their next Red Raid token. All right, 1 more token comes off Charge Fist. They are about to attack, so I gotta deal with that ASAP, but let's see what they're doing with their last unrevealed person. Awesome, just a reveal. It's another Giant's Might with 2 attack. All right, so I need to blast the Charge Fist, or he will just dominate me. So let's do that first. It's one of my leaves. I've still got a bunch of blue dice left. That's 2 damage straight up. So he's defeated before he gets to do that. And 1 more damage on the boss. They're at 6. But then, yeah, I think I'm just going to have to suffer through another 2 damage attack. And that's right, my guys can't block. So I'll be at 6 out of 16. So it goes. All right, so for my main action, I can kill one of the Giant's Might with 1 Mist Spirit attack and 2 of these. I could summon a blue jaguar. Oh, that's right. I want to do Out of the Mist, which also takes... Maybe I don't play this turn. It does let me draw another card, which could be good. Well, either way, I want to save that in case I'm going to play Out of the Mist with the wolf face. So I'll just use 2 leaves to summon a blue jaguar before we get attacked. And that gets a 3rd token on Rejuvenate. All the tokens go away when I use it to unexhaust somebody, and it just has to be equal to their attack value. So the 3 doesn't really matter, but it'll be fine. All right, and then the Giant's Might attacks me for 2 damage. I can't block, so yeah, I'm at 6 out of 16. It's not great. But once again, they're just going to keep on passing, so as long as I can take a main action each round, I'll be okay. All right, so here's, I think, the best I can do. I'm going to meditate, throwing away a root armor as a side action to raise this up to a wolf head. And then for my main action, because I can't do Out of the Mist yet, I'm going to attack with a Mist Spirit on one of their exhausted guys. Let's see if their Chimera defends. Nope. Okay, so that's 1 out of 3. And again, they don't hit back if they're exhausted. Okay, then for my next turn, for my side action, I'm going to play Out of the Mist. So I'm drawing a card, and I'm dealing 3 damage, because I have 3 units in play. Oh, it's another Shifting Mist. That's cool. But that does cost a frog and a wolf. And I'll murder the one that is unhurt. So they're going to roll a die from the Vigor, but they'll also take 2 damage. That's 7, a 5th of the way there. And darn it, yep, they got a 3rd crystal. All right, and then I've got my blue jaguar. I've got the ability to unexhaust somebody. I've got a frog. Although I could spend that to play root armor or Shifting Mist. So let's see if we get lucky with them blocking. I'll attack Giant's Might with the blue jaguar. I can choose a unit that can't block with their gaze ability, but I can't choose for the Chimera not to block. But they didn't get a 9 or 10, 11, 12. So okay, that's 2 damage. And now I'm going to see if I can get lucky and still play one of those other cards. Because I'm going to use Root Armor's ability. Oh, it's my main action. That's cool. So I exhaust it. Oh, crud. It costs a thing? Darn. Okay, well then it's definitely not worth doing. I might as well leave the tokens on there. Because I have to roll, and if I get a 9, 10, or 11, or 12, I'm talking about if I unexhaust one of my units and then attack with it, I could miss. But if I just use this to deal a damage, I'll kill the Giant's Might no matter what. So sweet, that's another 2 damage on the boss, and they won't have anybody at the end of this turn to do their automatic Red Rain thing. And they're now at 10 out of 35. Feeling good about that, but they are getting a roll because of the Vigor. Okay, good. So yeah, that was a solid turn. We kept them from advancing again. So they're still at 1 out of 3 for their ultimate. They're close to a 3rd dead. We defeated all the aspects. And I've got a pretty solid crew out here. I can start trying to build things up. So yeah, let's go into it again. The Chimera's getting 4. Yeah, I was about to say, they've got a ton of 2s, so this is good. We're going to have, theoretically, a much easier time this turn because they have weaker units overall. I will be first again. And, well, I don't need to discard any of these. I don't want to like rush through my deck too fast. Oh, that's right. I get to roll dice first, I guess. It hasn't come up yet because I've used all my dice, but you can keep dice from round to round. You discard like whichever ones you want. Okay, once again, no frogs. I got, oh my gosh, every single die in my purple illusion color is non-basic. And then, yeah, I'll have 2 Shifting Mist potentially in a second, so I can get a ton of plinky damage from blue. So like I said, not going to discard these, although I don't know if I really need Root Armor. Okay, I got Channel Magic. Oh, God. Got 2 Channel Magic and another Shifting Mist. By the way, you can have more than 1 copy of the same ready spell. It doesn't take up any more spot in your spell board. So even though I already have 4 ready spells, her max, I won't run out of space. And then you can just like use them as separate cards. So I could theoretically like change my dice crazily every time. Okay, so Channel Magic, this is a card from the original Red Rains release, and it's like one you can freely swap in. So this is like the only like non-basic Aerodel card that's in my deck right now. I got rid of those Summoning Butterfly Monk cards for this. So it costs 1, but lets me draw a card, heal myself 1, and raise 3 dice 1 level, which it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I don't know if I need 2 of them, but it's definitely nice to have. And you know, honestly, I think I'm going to use it. So I'm going to get rid of the blue die. So I get to draw a card. I heal myself 1. Another Summon Mist Spirit. And again, I can have like 2 of those and summon 4 Mist Spirits a turn, so that's awesome. And what's my battlefield is 8. I can have up to 8 units in play, not counting myself. It's pretty great. And then I can raise 3 dice. Let's go like, I think frog, and what the hey, we'll get another wolf, because I might want to lower the Red Rains in a second. So that was my main action. Now, you know what? For a side action, I think I might just do this. They're getting pretty close to tagging another Red Rain, so let me go and lower 2 dice. I might regret that later when I'm looking for more dice and don't have enough to do stuff, but we'll see if it works out. Okay, then for their first turn, 7. They reveal somebody and put a Vigor on it. Interesting. Okay, and they got a Crushing Grip, so my leftmost unit is considered to be exhausted. And when he's a defender, so he's got 3 attack, 2 life, 1 blood. That seems like a really good Water Blast target, don't y'all think? Yeah, because I don't really like them being able to defend. So let's go ahead and exhaust me, do 2 damage. I got to spend my 1 leaf. I still have 2 frogs. And that'll defeat him and do 1 damage to the boss, but they do get to roll. Okay, cool. All right, so that was my side action. For my main action, let's put out another Summon Mist Spirits, and now I can play 4 of them a turn potentially if I have the dice for it. Okay, and next, I think another Red Rain, but they're just revealing somebody. All right, who's our new friend? Wild Throw. I think it's the only one we haven't seen yet. So 3 attack, but only 1 life. Oh. When this unit comes into play, attach a stun alteration to the opponent's leftmost unit and reposition that unit to the right of their rightmost unit. Okay. But besides that, this is the best guy ever. Like, he'll die in a second. I'll just send one of my minions against him. But okay, so he stuns a Mist Spirit, throws them over there. All right, actually, on my turn, why waste one of my units attacking? I'll just hit him with a frog and kill him. That was easy. Gets boss to 12, so we're past the 1/3 mark. Okay, that was a side action. I could play more Shifting Mist. I could put like Root Armor on the blue Jaguar. Well, you know, let's just go ahead and get some more Mist Spirits. I'll go ahead and get 2 of them, which will add 2 more tokens to the Rejuvenate. Which means now if I did get another one of those cards that makes my people +4/+4 and a 5 attack, I could actually get a double turn out of them, which would be great. Yeah, not sure I need to unstun that guy. Who cares? We'll see what happens. I've got 2 units left to reveal. Oh, man. They're going to attack if able. They can't because everyone's already dead, and then they'll reveal a new one. Oh, another Wild Throw. So they're stunning this guy and send him to the right. But no real problem with that. I'm going to try to, hopefully attack their person this turn. So I'm going to use my last current frog to kill the Wild Throw again. Just seems like such a tempting target. And for my main action, I wouldn't mind having... Oh, actually... Oh, no, I can't do the wolf to lower their dice because they might get another token in a second. But yeah, let me go and do another Shifting Mist for a mask. So I got 2 of them now. Cool. I've got a bunch of units to attack with. None of them are very strong, but that's okay. All right, and please don't get another crystal. Darn it. Okay, so all of these go back to basic. But now they are 2/3 of the way to an ultimate, and they got a 7. They reveal and put a Vigor on it. Annoying. Oh, and it's Giant's Might, which means they get another Vigor. Yay, and I can't even block this guy. He's got 3 attack. And so if I can't block him anyway, I really don't like that. I guess I should have saved my do 2 damage at once stuff, because now suddenly I don't have the the ability to kind of spam it like that. All right, so on my turn for a side action, I'm going to lower this wolf head. I was going to get rid of their dice, but no such luck, to unstun the blue Jaguar. And then for my main action, yeah, I think I'm going to summon with my second Summon Mist Spirits 2 more Mist Spirits. which puts me at 7 units. I'm almost maxed out. Makes this thing up to 7, although, again, all of them are cleared when I unexhaust a single person, so that won't matter much. Yeah, this is getting a little tough to fit everything. I guess we can just kind of stagger them if they're all pretty much the same and they only have 1 life. All right, and then this butthead is attacking for 3, and I can't block it. Nobody has enough attack to block it. So I'm half dead, but now I have free reign. So yeah, I think I don't have any cards or dice left to do anything. But I've got, not counting some people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attack. So we're just gonna say I keep on attacking this guy until he dies with those 6. So we'll roll. Chimera blocks the first one, so that's 1 on Chimera. Does not block the second one, so that's 1 on him. Blocks the third one, so that's 2 on Chimera. Doesn't block the fourth one, so we have 2 more chances to kill him. Blocks the fifth one, what the heck? And does not block the sixth one. Okay, cool. Wow, anyway, I came way closer to the wire than I thought. So we're going to do 2 vigor rolls, but the boss is taking 3 damage from the blocked attacks plus 2, so that's 5 damage to the boss. And this guy's also dead. Awesome. Yeah, so they're at 18. So we're both about half dead. I feel good about that. And then 2 of these vigors. Nice. That was great. Okay. All right. So again, I have almost my max units. So interesting. And they would have all been exhausted, but now they're unexhausted. And again, it was 7, but I only attacked with 6 because this person is stunned. I didn't have a die to lower down for them. And they're getting out. A mix of strong and weak this time. They will be first. All right, I get to roll my 10 dice. That didn't seem... Actually, that's not terrible. But I also have 2 shifting miss to raise my dice up, so I'm really not worried about it. Okay, and then I don't need the channel magic because I want to waste the die. I don't need shifting... I don't really need any of these. I want to get, like, my massive growths and, like, big damage bomb cards. Okay, Steady Gaze you haven't seen. Place 2 exhaustion tokens on a target unit. Wah. Out of the mist. Okay, that's good. It's another... Oh, yeah, good. Awesome. Massive growth. So I can play Massive Growth and then use Rejuvenate to get double use. So I could, like, kill 2 big guys or hit the boss twice for 5 damage each. That's excellent. Yeah, and the rest of these I don't really care about. So might be some meditating with those to get, like, more frogs and such. But the boss is first. Remember, 1 more red rain and they will fire off their ultimate. They didn't get it there, and they would attack if able, which they're not. They're going to reveal their leftmost person. Right, which 2 do we have? Another War Cry, the one that boosts everybody else and has a ton of life. That's not my favorite thing for them to get. You know, that's a good target for massive growth, so let's just, like, get that going ASAP, I would say. So for my main action, needs a leaf and a basic. I put on my blue jaguar. He has slightly more life, so he won't necessarily die after attacking that guy. But that was my main action, so I can't attack yet. Well, actually, you know what? Looking at it, I just realized maybe it's way better for him to just attack the boss twice. I got out of the mist, which will at this point do... Good lord, how much damage will it do? 7, right? Yeah, 7 damage. Huh. I don't have a wolf head. All right, so I'm going to use Shifting Mist for my side action. And what do I need? I need a wolf head. And I guess I'll just get another frog. That can never hurt, right? And yeah, I'll plan to do that like... Oh, that was a crystal, right? Or did I don't know what happened there. I might have just given them a free crystal. And there's another one. And they got it. Oh, crud. They're attacking if able. Oh, okay. Huh. And they've got a vigor. So they would hit me for 2, but I could block with the blue jaguar and just straight up kill him and then unexhaust him with rejuvenate. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so I'll exhaust the blue jaguar, block the war cry's attack on me, deal 5 damage to him. I take 2, which does mean when the thing goes away, he'll die unless I put a root armor on him, but that's not a big deal. So he's done. 2 damage to the boss, but I'm going to have to roll one of the dice. And we're up to 20 out of 35. That's good. All right, in no time like the present. For my main action, I'm going to spend a basic die and use my rejuvenate. So it's 7 tokens, and exhausted, which means I can unexhaust the blue jaguar who has 5 attack. Yes. Now for my side action, I don't know. I'm not going to use one. Oh, actually, no, we will. I have so many like good dice. I'm going to downgrade this to a basic to unstun the 1 stun Mist Spirit. So I can hopefully just murderify the boss soon. All right. We got another one of those and a 7. That's where they get a vigor as well as a revealing. Oh, and it's a charge, fist again, but they're so easy to kill. I'll just blast them with my water. Yeah, honestly, why even waste time? There we go. 2 damage. Bye-bye. And 1 damage to the boss. Oh, but they did a vigor. So, okay. Still slightly out of there. Oh, that was a side action. I got to do a main action. I guess I'll hold off on attacking with my blue jack. Let's just do like a 1 Mist Spirit attack on the boss, just to kind of bide my time, main action-wise. So that gets the boss to 22, and... Oh, they got an 11. What's that one? Oh, they stun my rightmost unit. and then they reveal somebody. Not too big of a deal. Crushing Grip. Okay, so my Mist Spirit counts as being stunned, and they're a defender. Okay. And this time, I want to get some more wolf heads so I can stop them from going their ultimate. So I'm going to do that, get that to be a wolf, that to be a wolf. And then, what do I want to do for my main action? I'll try to attack the Crushing Grip with a Mist Spirit. Boss will try to block and fails. So that's 1 damage, but then he does hit me back, so I do die. So now I'm down to 6 units. And them attacking back does not exhaust them, whereas it does for regular units. And yeah, they've got 2 dice left. I want to stop that. Okay, they didn't get it in a 6. Oh, they reveal and attack. Interesting. It's the War Cry, so he's going to Vigor himself. Oh, well, clearly. I'm going to block with my Blue Jaguar. So he's exhausted. He's down. He's got 4 damage, which means he's definitely dead when the growth goes away. But I kill the War Cry and do 2 more damage to them, although I got to roll a die. All right, well, there goes my chance to do 10 damage to the boss's face, but I'll take it. Okay. I rolled a basic as well, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm decently okay here. I'm going to, on my turn, for a side action, kill the Crushing Grip and get another damage on the boss. They already had 1 damage out of 2. So then their turn's done, and they're at 25. Let's just do some damage here. All right, so I do want to use 1 wolf to lower 2 of their dice down. Trying to let them never do an ultimate. And then I've got 4 Mist Spirits who could attack if I... Yeah, sure, I can lower one of my wolves down to a mask. That'll unstun this guy. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to the boss. Yeah, I think this is going to be mop up in a second. I still have dice. Out of the Mist can only be a unit, not a Phoenixborn, as you might imagine. I do want to keep that for next turn. The rest of these I don't really care about. So yeah, I think I'm just going to get... I can fit 2 more units before my Blue Jaguar dies, because technically he's not dead yet. So let's go ahead and do that to summon 2 more Mist Spirits. Get some tokens on Rejuvenate, and then I'll attack with them. So that's at about 31. I think this is about all she wrote, folks. And then, I'm not really sure what to do. I can't summon anybody else. I can do main action to get another summon Mist Spirits. I mean, why not? So I could summon 6 in 1 turn. Seems a little crazy. Then I'll maybe Reflection or Steady Gaze or Out of the Mist. I can't fit anybody else. Yeah, I think I'll just dial down their last die and pass. All right, so let's wrap this up quickly. That's the boss is getting... Oop, they went to their fatigue, which is when they run out of cards. All it really means is that if I have ways to make them discard cards, they would take damage instead. But they're not like a player where they won't keep getting cards. We'll still shuffle theirs and get them more. Oh, they got another 2. Crud, I forget who was first. I'll just say they're first in case I cheated by accident. Oh, by the way, I should say at the end of the last round, my fleeting massive growth went away, and suddenly 2 life and 4 damage don't mix. So bye-bye, Panther. And I still had a frog at the end of last turn, so I can choose not to exhaust that. And, oh, that's a lot of frogs. Cool. Although, no wolves, just 2 masks. But yeah, great blue roll. And, I'm just going to keep Out of the Mist and get rid of those 2. We got another Steady Gaze, Rude Armor, Mist Typhoon hit everybody, Channel Magic, draw a card, another Out of the Mist. No mass, I didn't get my 3rd massive growth, but that's okay. I think I got this in the bag. We'll say they go first. Again, I'm not sure if I had that right. Oh, and all they're doing is revealing. It's not going to be it, buddy. Oh, it's a Wild Throw, so they do stun one of my 7 Mist Spirits. But then for my main action, you can attack the Phoenixborn with as many as you want, and they'll just block with defenders. So let's send a swarm of Totoro-ish blue spirits to eat them. They're going to have some snow cones, so that gets them to what? 37! Take that, Frostwild Scourge. Yeah, I was thinking I should have done the level 2 Scourge with a bit more deck building, or the heroic level, but I always get scared of them having so many cards. Because you can play in a campaign where they keep on getting harder and harder, but you get to add more cards to your deck. Because certainly there are some things I don't want in here, like Reflections in the Water and Steady Gaze. I just would rather murder you than leave you exhausted and such. But yeah, that was the Frostwild Scourge. Let me get some thoughts on it. So this is a very small pack. It's really just the boss and then a few player cards. The new player cards look fine. I'm not enough into the deck construction aspect of the game to speak to those intelligently. So really the name of the game is Frostwild Scourge. The actual boss, are they different enough from the Corpse of Vyros to justify the, again, not very expensive expansion? And I'd say generally yes. So a few big things. They've got different ultimate cards. The Corpse of Vyros does a bunch of splash damage to all your units. So clearly Aradel and her Mist Spirit army would not be as happy with him, whereas the Frostwild Scourge stunning a ton of people is also not great for a big weenie army, but not absolutely terrible. And then they have different behavior cards. They are very similar, though. The Corpse of Vyros tends to mess with your dice and raise up their own, whereas the Frostwild Scourge is clearly vigoring up or their people and stunning your own. And I think that's nice. I mean, I like... This, again, is kind of the biggest thing here. I like that, first of all, they're putting out alterations, which does have some interesting interactions with some of the other player cards that like influence alterations on opponents and their own units. I think it's fun that their characters have kind of like variable strength, and that sometimes you have to like be messing with your own dice to stun. Like the Corpse of Virus is automatically lowering your dice sometimes with their behaviors, but the Frostwild Scourge is like giving you a choice of like, do you care about that unit? Do you need them this turn? So I think the behaviors and the ultimates certainly give a bit of a different feel. But it's not huge. This is not, in my mind, like I don't know, a Marvel Champions or a Sentinels of the Multiverse or an Aeon's End, where like I feel like I'm playing a completely different boss with very different things going on. I think it's a bit more minor than that. But then you got to throw in the deck. So again, Corpse of Virus has two different like main aspect decks, Fury and Shadow, and those are quite different. Like Shadow's really annoying and hard to target. Fury just like wallops you and hits all your units. And then Frostwild Scourge has the same kind of thing. I found the Mighty aspect is a bit more focused on like vigoring themselves and getting a lot more attack, whereas the Storm aspect kind of degrades your own dice and stuns your units a lot. So they are doing different things, like messing with your units, hiding from your units, boosting themselves, and it's going for the face, kind of more like splash damagey stuff. So yeah, I mean, if you like the game, there's really no reason not to get this. Again, it's not expensive, and you are getting a lot more variety in the boss. Again, I would not say that it's as good variety as some of the best like boss battling, like designed from the ground up solo co-op games out there. But if you are to like Ashes Reborn, this is totally a no-brainer. And if you were like wondering, like, hey, should I get into this game? Corpse of Virus by itself seems like not quite enough. I think they've demonstrated with the Frostwild Scourge that they've got the design chops to come up with different like fun things for the bosses, that they're going to support this solo co-op mode for a while. So yeah, if you've been holding off on Ashes, I guess now you're kind of justified in potentially buying into it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm still. I did on the Patreon a video about Skytear Horde versus this one. I still think they're both great, and they're doing kind of similar things. So will I keep both forever? I don't know. But certainly this has extended the legs of Ashes in my collection, and I'm happy to see it. And hey, a quick addition I'm going to have in some of our videos is a shout out for our highest Patreon supporters. These are our co-op champions, and I've got 4 to mention and thank today: Dan Kierstead, Jay Willie, Joshua Thomas, and Nick Skeen. So Dan, Jay, Joshua, Nick, and all of our amazing Patreon supporters, thanks for keeping the channel going, giving us the money to buy new equipment and purchase games for coverage and all that kind of stuff. Really, really appreciate you. And everybody else, good gaming, and we'll see you at the next stop.